Racism in 2021. Coming from a mutt, meaning somebody who's more than one color. My father is fully black. My mother is fully white. Well, actually, I think she has more than just white in her, but because everybody that looks at her swears she has something else in her, but she's 100% white. But um, out of all the, I was talking on a one My Taker Live or something. I talked about ancient divide and conquer tactics. And let me tell you people here now who are out here fighting about this whole race thing. That is the least thing in the world we should be worried about. The race and the sex. Do you know the reason why everybody's emotional about it and it's all blown up and everything? You'll never guess. You'll never believe it. It's because the hype being built by your mainstream media's talking news heads who are really controlled by the puppet masters, hyping it up. If all you people who are so, repeating every line you hear, we're doing it for everybody's SAFETY. We're doing it for my kids. I'm doing it for the elderly people and all this. We're doing it for whatever our television set tells us we're doing it for. If you people don't wake the hell up to what is going on, you're doing it because you're told. And what I was getting to is, if you would have never turned on your television set or your radio, the boogeyman would be nowhere now. The race issue would be nowhere now. The sex issue would be nowhere now. But you know why it's still going on? Because your little sellout, soul-selling, devil-worshipping celebrities, your little sports entertainment, your talk shows, everybody that you love is keeping the momentum, even though the momentum is gone. As far as COVID, it's cold, whatever, the boogeyman is gone, and they're still trying to build the momentum, and they are sitting here trying desperately, every story come out with another story, and then you just believe it when you can tell. Well, maybe you can't, because you got to be some kind of stupid not to tell that there's nothing serious going on around you or anybody else you know. How can you just go along with it? How can you people do it? Just because it's on Twitter, just because there's so many people on Instagram saying it, just because the big followings and news people, the big celebrities, and even the big so-called alternative media, or it's because they're all talking about it. All of this stuff is real to you guys, and all this stuff exists in the world. But you can't find it nowhere around you, can you? Racism is practically over with. Except for when you turn on the news and then somebody got shot just for being black, right? He was just walking down the neighborhood, wasn't bothering anybody, but because of the color of his skin, he got shot. Well, guess why they showed your little emotional ass that? So you can go ahead and go to your whole, black power movement. Let's do George Floyd now. All of a sudden, we forgot about Malcolm X and everything, but let's remember George Floyd. Bullshit. You got emotional and started calling yourself I'm a victim because I'm black and everything because you're TV. Just like told you, did y'all see that last, well, of course you did if you're on the channel, the Black Lives Matter video that I uploaded from a former member? He was telling them all this stuff about emotions and stuff. He said he don't want you guys to be taught. He doesn't want to hear about your emotions right now. The whole race thing is gone out the window. It really, truly is right now. So is the sex thing. Those are on the bottom burner. But you dumbasses somehow can make rallies of these things and make like there's a big campaign and it's all everywhere, like there's a racist on every single corner, and that all these stuff, you were made to become a victim because you were told to become a victim. And just like I said again for the Black Lives Matter thing guy that I told y'all, he was telling you how you should have more common sense now to know that all of a sudden the people on the left are all of a sudden caring about the black struggle, right? That was Biden's whole ploy to get in. And if you voted for him just because he said what he said about black people, you're just as dumb as any idiot who voted for Barack Obama because they say he's black or he was black or whatever. It doesn't matter. How can you people beat the New World Order when you can't even beat a race issue that doesn't even exist hardly anymore? Being gay is like being freaking nothing now. Not nothing like as in a person, but being gay is nothing now. All that crazy stuff, we done seen it. Nobody cares. The only people going out making, your little celebrities they're changing their whatever, and they didn't want to come out and they didn't want to do all this other stuff. Well, let me tell all you people who didn't want to do that. I just saw the other day some WWE wrestler came out and he transed or whatever, and that's fine. Everybody, this ain't nothing against him. I know transsexuals, I know drag queens. I used to be a cheerleader, all-star cheerleader. So even though I was digging girls, I had to, of course, come in conflict with other people. I mean, not conflict, but in interaction with other people. And I have friends who are of these things. So you can get mad all you want and think that I'm being mean when I'm not. Because anybody who thinks that I bet you money if you're trans, whatever, or drag or whatever, I bet you I have more gay and everything friends than you do. But let me tell you this also, for being a person, if you don't want to come out and do all this stuff because you're afraid that somebody won't accept you or whatever, it is your fault because you right then and there have not accepted yourself. And that is what this so-called wrestler came out and changed or whatever. Good for him. But he said, because not picking on him, but it's the same story I hear over and over and over. They're afraid to do this because they feel like somebody won't accept them. So that means you don't accept who you are yourself. Because if you truly did and you truly loved yourself, it wouldn't matter what anybody thought about you. Oh, I don't understand. Well, nobody, it doesn't matter what nobody thinks about me, my family, my whatever. I live in my car. I lost my job because I don't care what people think about me. And I continue, as you see, to run my mouth and do whatever. And you can see I don't care because I accept me for who I am. I'm not living for other people. Learn to do that. Sorry if that sounded harsh, but I'm saying you need to have more respect for yourself and learn to love yourself and accept yourself, because you come into this world alone and you die alone. So it's not about if other people accept you or not. Not only that, the mainstream media is also hyping you guys up to think that, just like immigrants and things like that, they're all hyping these people up to feel like they're victims because they want everybody to pick some kind of side. Everybody is a victim today. You got Asian hate, you got, all this stuff that's really not even really going on in the world unless you turn on your television set. And all you morons who truly believe it's going on in the world and you have to do all this stuff because you're black or you're white or whatever, you are the idiots who are keeping it alive. And what makes you so dumb is you think that you are the most informed in person. You go to little meetings, you have little congregations, you all meet, and you have speeches, and your spokespeople are straight up stupid people feeding into the narrative. And you praise these idiots and call them grown-ups. And you're still fighting over your little childish issues. And the reason why none of them like me is because I don't do that. I don't pick one of those sides and say, oh my God, I'm mixed. Oh my goodness, I have it so hard. My dad was black, my mom was white coming up. Oh my goodness, I got treated so bad and all that stuff. I don't do that stuff because that's for pansies. Man up. There are a lot of black people who made it in this world, a lot of gay people who made it in this world, a lot of trans people who made drags. Everybody made it in this world. You people will never defeat your overlords because you're too busy fighting each other. Right? Other issues you fight about, your little stupid religions and your non-religions. Oh, I don't have a religion, so I'm smarter than everybody who mentions the name God. Let me attack somebody because they say they have a religion, even though I don't want to attack anybody attacking me because I don't have a religion. I'm not saying everybody who doesn't have religion does this, but I'm saying there are certain people in everything. So all you people who have common sense out of all these groups need to understand that we are the ones who need to come together, and the ones who you can still be in those groups and have common sense and be real about your cause. Like a Christian, if you're a Christian or whatever, being a real true Christian, that's fine. But all you thinking that like a channel like mine is about your cause and your whatever when it's about everybody, you're gonna get your feelings hurt, because anybody, the same person who says Allah or somebody who says Allah and somebody who says God are both welcome on my channels. And if anybody here thinks that you're not welcome here because of anything that the world may label you as and make you feel wrong, I was going to say F-U-C-K the world, like the real word, but I'm not going to say that. F the world. You got people like me who are not like that, and we're not going to sit here and judge you for whatever. Like we're any better. Like we don't got something wrong. Like we don't have things wrong with us. It just trips me out. People think they can just judge other people for that type of stuff. I thought we were all in it for the benefit of everybody and getting the bad guys out of here. Well, we're not the bad guys if we're the ones fighting with each other. I mean, we're not the bad guys, but we're sitting here fighting with each other. We're in the same struggle. Just like those alien dudes, they really think they don't have a religion, and they really think that or some people think science is a religion, and some people think that alien stuff isn't a religion. But say something about their aliens, say something about their, whatever they believe, and see what happens. You'll see a religious nut reaction. Unless there's somebody who's not a hypocrite in their field and they do believe in aliens or whatever, and they feel like everybody else has a right to believe the same. It's about one of those things, people who think they can just come in and juggernaut and tell everybody what the freak they gotta believe. And they know so much. Look at their channels, blank as hell. That whole victim thing, we're all victims of being played by our overlords. Understand that. And us against China, us against Russia. That's why I said you guys are conspiracy theorists. Oh, this came out of a Wuhan lab in China because I heard it on some news channel in America. And was somebody sitting over here, they emailed it because you know what's going on in China, right? You don't know shit about what is happening in China because you saw it on TV. Think, man. Good God. Take away all that Fantasyland bullshit you've been taught and come back down to reality and just think about simple things. And how something simple and how simple things make sense. And how all these complicated things that they're saying, all the other stuff right there is a bunch of bullshit. Because that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. And grow the hell up.